Well, good morning, everyone. This is Emily Castro, and I am here at the site of Lincoln's tomb in Oak Ridge Cemetery in Springfield, Illinois. I am with my husband, but without the dog fam, and today I am exploring a very well-known cemetery with this historical tomb of one of our greatest presidents. And it also has a dollop of the paranormal, as some people say that Lincoln's ghost roams the site of his tomb. I want bagpipes at my funeral. It's dark in here.
People are wearing sunglasses.
Unfortunately, I can't see without them, so I'll just have to walk in the shade. And I was telling all the people that there's a dollop of the paranormal in this attraction because some people say that Lincoln's ghost walks the halls.
Why here? Why?
I mean, Lincoln was allegedly interested in spiritualism. At least his wife definitely had seances at the White House. And apparently also, his body was moved several times. Because first it was buried in one place while they constructed this tomb. And then, after they moved it to the tomb, once it was completed, people tried to steal the body. So they were able to get it back and move it back, but then they put it somewhere else to hide it, and it wasn't in the actual tomb for a couple of decades. And now allegedly they have moved it back, but some people say, how do you know? How do you know he's here? Oh, what is this one? I think it chimes now. It's like a bell tower. What's down there?
That's where the president was put between May of 1865 to December of 1865.
You know what, though? That's probably why he still roams the halls of his tomb and does not rest easy in his grave, is because of how much his poor body was yeeted around after his death. Okay, so this was the first original resting place of the body of Abraham Lincoln. Looks like there's a spider decorating his tomb. Very appropriate. Spiderweb vibes. So this Oak Ridge Cemetery is really huge. It's the first one I've explored so far where it is just way too big to walk the whole thing on foot. So we started driving around. I decided to stop over here and check out this little quadrant of it because it looks like there are some of the older graves, which are always my favorite. It feels so good in the shade of this tree. I don't want to move out. Just gonna stay under this tree. mentioned before in my other videos that when you see a grave with a lamb on it, that usually means it was a child buried there. And both the names and the symbolism on these stones in this cemetery are confirming my impression that there do appear to be a lot of people of Irish heritage and a lot of Catholic families buried here. In fact, this one, the Ryans, Andrew Ryan was born in County Clare, and Anne Ryan born in County Tipperary, Ireland. The Rourkes, Fitzgeralds, Michael Shaughnessy, and O'Connor. Definitely a very large Irish American population here in Springfield, I would say. Which my ancestry is part Irish, so that's pretty cool. I hear a crow. Several crows. It always feels appropriate to come across a crow family in a cemetery. In this little corner of the cemetery, away from Lincoln's tomb and the governor's monuments, it's definitely a lot quieter. It was a bit of a challenge filming in the other area because I didn't want to get just random strangers and their families on camera. This is more what I'm used to in my cemetery walks. Just me and the headstones. The Nickneg family?
That looks like a marquee for an act back in the 1800s.
It kind of looks like a pawn on a chessboard, I think.
That too, yeah.
It's a nice little bench. I wonder what those are. All those ones that look exactly the same. I think they're nuns. I think this is some nuns.
Oh, I see.
Because they have some that say sister, and this one says postulant. So there must have been a convent around here, and this is where they were buried. I don't know. All these graves look like they were from the late 1800s. Early 1900s for Sister Euphania Elfrich. I wonder if we can get more information.
Oh, they all died together.
Yeah, it's like 1886, 86, 87, 87. That seems kind of odd that they would all die so close in time. And here was 1873 to 1899, Sister Gertrudis Ox.
26 years old.
And their names, Procula Osterberg, Gotharda Klon, Fabiola Eisenberg.
Have you noticed they're not living over the age of 30?
Yeah, this is kind of... I would love to know the history of this part. Like, what convent did they live in? Where did they come from? And why did they all die so young? So if anybody knows about this, please do leave a comment so I can learn.
I mean, that's the oldest person right there.
1855 to 1910. Germina Shores. I wish they had an explanation, like what convent they were from, why they all died so young. I definitely would like to know the story of this patch of graves
The
here.
only thing I could think of is that since they are young women, they were missionaries going out helping the sick
Maybe.
and then died.
Yeah, I could see back in the day the missionary lifestyle would not be conducive to longevity.
No. That's the only thing I can think of.
Earlier I saw some graves for the Herndon family, and we just passed a marker that back here is William H. Herndon, Abraham Lincoln's law partner and biographer. I will go and find Mr. Herndon's grave to pay my respects to him. Back here somewhere. I will admit that between how huge this cemetery is and how hot it's getting, this cemetery has kind of defeated us. We're just hitting the highlights now on our way out. I'm not even sure where Mr. Herndon is buried. That's not him. There he is. William H. Herndon, Abraham Lincoln's law partner, 17 years. All right, we are on our way out of Oak Ridge Cemetery. I decided to stop and look at the War Memorial before heading home. Looks like this one's for the Illinois Vietnam veterans.
World War II Illinois Veterans Memorial.
Oh, it says Pacific Theater. Oh! There's where my grandfather fought. Bougainville. Alright, there it is. Well, this is quite a nice war memorial here at Oak Ridge Cemetery, where we have spent the last couple of hours perusing all of the things to see here. And it is a very large cemetery. In 2 hours we've barely scratched the surface of all the different graves and sections that we could look at. However, we're going to call it a day now. I hope you enjoyed joining me on this adventure, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.